It's day 8 here on the Daily Roundup. The boys are busy doing their own thing. Boothy's on the radio, Tom's on the TV, and I'm here stood next to the first trophy that's up for grabs. It's the RST D30 Superbike race that's getting underway in the next half an hour. The atmosphere is reaching fever pitch and everybody is excited for this one. But what are we going to see? Dean Harrison has been fastest all week. Michael Dunlop has been coming up from the rear, and Davey Todd says he's got a little bit left in reserve. We've also got the sidecar race to go this afternoon, as well as that first Supersport race. There's only one thing for it. It's time for a banger.
Goes down, we fall in love and we fall back out. I'll give you anything you want, anything you want, anything, anything. Just don't tell me no. You stop it still, then you make it rush. You're like a pill that I just can't trust. You tell me to stop, but I keep on going. Tell me to stop, but I keep on going. Tell me to stop, but I keep on going. Keep on, keep on, keep on. I'll never stop. I'll never let you go. Well, who am I to say? Maybe by now you should know. You got your somebody calling. You think you're somebody, don't you? I think you're scared of keeping somebody close. You'll never stop this thing. I'll never let you go. Is it enough, or did I move too far? It's all too much. I think I must be mad to give you everything I had, everything I had, everything, everything, but it still went bad. Tell me to stop, but I keep on going. Tell me to stop, but I keep on going. Tell me to stop, but I keep on going. Keep on, keep on, keep on. Never stop this thing. I will never let you go. Well, who am I to say? Maybe by now you should know. You got your somebody calling. You think you're somebody, don't you? I think you're scared of keeping somebody close. You'll never stop this thing. I will never let you go. Keep away from me if you can't withstand my love. Keep away from me if you think you must. Keep away from me if you can't withstand my love. Keep away from me if you think you must. You'll never stop this thing. I will never let you go. Well, who am I to say? Maybe by now you should know. You got your somebody calling. You think you're somebody, don't you? I think you're scared of keeping somebody close. You'll never stop this thing. I will never let you go.
Gentlemen, I'm so sorry to interrupt your chat. Firstly, well done. Great ride today. I'm going to talk to this man first. Mate, what a podium. What a podium.
Well, it's sinking in still, to be honest. What are we on here? Radio or what are we doing?
No, YouTube.
Oh, YouTube, right. Yeah, I've surprised myself a little bit, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. I'm happy. I'm happy, and it hasn't sunk in yet. So when it has sunk in, I'll be really happy.
Right, I'll come back and chat to you when it's sunk in. Is that all right? Dino, so close, so close. You went out like a scalded cat. Then was that the plan?
Yeah, no, I went hard from the start and just started out at the pace I had. As the wind came in, it sort of affected us worse. But I got an oil leak on lap 3. Look, I was slipping off my peg on the last lap. so that hindered me a little bit. So that sort of scuppered the plan slightly.
Your boot looks clean though.
Well, I've got one clean, shiny one and one dull one. So yeah, I thought I was quite happy that I'm in the fight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh mate, you were looking good. You look good on that thing.
That's what I mean, but I'm sort of at the point where do I ride any hard? You can only go around the corner so fast.
Yeah. But no oil leak next time.
No,
Who knows?
We'll have another go next time.
Nice one. Right.
Anyway.
Cheers, boys. How you doing? You good?
That's all right, yeah.
I'm sure you've been hit with all the stats from the press.
Yeah.
30 years since the UK has won, 30 of TT, blah, 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 blah. Amazing.
30th anniversary for the people I stay with as well today. It's their 30th anniversary literally today.
Yeah.
So the people I live with out and I live with for years, like a second family to me. It's their 30th anniversary today, so it's a bit weird.
It couldn't have got any better.
Well, I could have been 31. So.
All right, fair enough. All right, fair enough. You happy with it?
Yeah, happy with it. It was sort of not frustrating. This morning, we seem to be, because of lack of practice, we seem to be having to test motorbikes in races now to get a set up, basically, because the laps. And hey, listen, you can't do anything about the weather. Obviously, coming here with a brand new Ducati, brand new big bike, brand new stalker, it's left me a lot of work. It's okay if you had 2 weeks or a week of beautiful weather. You know, you can get through that, but we've had today was the first time I've done a flying lap on my big bike, you know, as in 2 laps. So we were worried about fuel consumption and all the rest of it. So yeah, it's not practical when we're still making changes in the pits, which is not really what you're trying to achieve. But here, listen, that's just the name of the game.
Mate, let's make it 31 later in the week.
That's what I'm trying, anyway.
Thank you, mate. Cheers. Cheers, Michael. Thank you. Right, James, it's been a minute. Has it sunk in yet?
It's starting to. Like, I've sort of forgotten what all this is like, the aftermath of a podium place here in the Isle of Man. So hopefully it's not the last one of the week, and I can get back into the flow and ride into that winners enclosure a few more times.
Mate, if you keep riding like that, I'll see you again on this stage.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. James Hillier. What a boy. Well, it seems an age since I did that intro, but what a cracking banger that was. Some of the best slow-mos you've ever seen, don't you think, Boothy?
2, right, yeah.
What was your favourite slow-mo?
I ain't seen it yet.
Just make it up.
The one of Dean Harrison on his motorbike.
Mate, that was so good.
I know.
Right. 3 races we got in after a blooming long old delay, not only to getting racing going, but then today, in the morning, we don't want to make anybody feel bad, but maybe don't go out on the course prior to 3 races going ahead with a bike that leaks oil everywhere.
Yeah, because I was supposed to do my lap today, and that got binned off, so thanks very much, guys.
Cheers, guys. But it put a massive delay to the day. Best weather we've had.
Yeah.
Calm skies, blue skies, not too much temperature. It was perfect, weren't it?
Yeah, it was mega. Cool. The right day to go racing. I know we wanted to go superbike racing yesterday, but it just couldn't happen, so we had to wait. And when we did wait long enough, man, did it deliver.
What a great race. Shall we start there?
Yeah, sure.
Superbike, go for it.
Go for it. Difficult for the riders to start with, as we're talking about them delays, because that tension, it was like tangible. You know, on the start line, there were some lads dealing with it a bit. Mike Brown were just having a bit of a crack, but then we looked across to Dean and he was like fully focused, and so was your number 1 starter, John McGuinness. 112th start today.
Yeah.
That's pretty mad. But you could just tell that he was like in the zone, got to do this now, comes down to it. They've had a bit of a break, and then that's it. You sit on one of them 230 horsepower superbikes from nothing to bang down Braille.
I still can't get that.
Where else? Well, it doesn't happen anywhere else in the world, but them lads have got to deal with it, and mate, once the race started to unfold,
yeah,
it was a banger.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? They don't even get a warm-up lap, but bang, up to a ballistic pace straight away, and we saw, you know, some shapes. They were making some shapes on that first lap, so I did actually think Dean Harrison, I thought, you know, he was looking really strong, wasn't he? But it just looked as though Michael Dunlop had something in the bag, didn't he? Was he sandbagging a little bit earlier in the week? Was he sandbagging at the beginning of the race? Does it take him a few minutes to get up to speed? Well, once he got up to speed, he...
I mean, he was flying.
Yeah.
But we've got to give kudos to Dean. You know, bang, straight out the bag, and he was away with it. He led the early parts, well, up to about lap 3, I think. You know, that man was proper on the money. We see him so strong coming out the block. It's such a strength of Dean's. Nobody else has got that. But Davey started to overhaul him, and when he did, you know, Davey found his flow. You know, we can do this Michael sandbagging thing as much as we want, but there was some issues within the team with the bike. They don't want to talk about it, that's fine. So he has been struggling, and once they did find a setup, it started to come. But can't take it away from Davey. You know, he found that early pace, made a bit of a buffer, and tried to sit on it as best as he could. But that's with a hard charging Dunlop, who'd learnt that bike and he'd understood it over them laps. You know, by the time there were 2 or 3 laps in, that's the most he'd done all practice week. And it started to come. And did he chase him? Yes, he chased him.
Yeah, you got to think, don't you? Davey Todd would have been looking at his pit boards and thinking, oh, hey up, I might have a bit of a problem here. But yeah, he's just absolutely pinned it and managed to win another Superbike, well, another race. So he's done a senior now, a Superstock and a Superbike race. So 3 wins all on a big bike. So it'd be happy boy tonight.
But it was a pit stop that really kind of brought the race closer together, weren't it? He struggled out of the pits, and then as he came out of the pits, I was literally stood there watching it. And I think he'd struggled to get it into gear as he'd set off, so he'd not quite got it into gear. I think he'd let the clutch out, realised it wasn't in gear, didn't get the clutch fully engaged, and all you just heard was like gears just grinding, like get. Finally got it into gear, but then
I think he lost about 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah, and then ran on a Parliament Square, didn't he?
Yes,
going
he
in
did,
there, finding a box of neutrals.
That's right.
For me, that's, you know, he's probably seen his pit boards. He knows he's lost a bit of time in the pit lane. He'll have been absolutely screwing the nut trying to get everything out of that bike because he knew there was a hard charging Dunlop behind him. So when you're trying as hard as that, you are going to make mistakes, whether it's in the pit lane, whether it's outbreaking yourself a little bit into Parliament Square. So yeah, it's just testament to how hard he was pushing, but still won the race.
Exactly, yeah.
Dunlop lost a little bit getting through some traffic. He had to get past Dean Harrison, you know, and then John McGuinness, and passing a slow rider, easy, straight through. You know, you can be dead positive, and that's the move. Passing a fast rider, that's difficult. You know what I mean? And this is Dean Harrison who'd set the early pace. So that held him back a bit, but you know, you get that ebb and flow on this course. It throws everything at you. But just going back to that pit stop, you know, that was pretty cool to see. That's the other element to it. It was a shortened 4-lap race, so every 10th counts. Yeah. And then if you can get back in the fight through your pit stop, well, that's just giving you a load of drive. So them boys, they need a beer tonight in Michael Dunlop's team because they were fast.
Before we move on to sidecars, which was the second race, standout that wasn't on the podium,
but was as close to the podium as you can get. Nathan Harrison.
Cracking ride.
What a ride for Nathan Harrison. I know he's obviously on the Honda. I don't know how strong the ties are with this team. We're obviously in Honda's hospitality suite again. I know there's he obviously did ride for the Honda team a few years ago, didn't he? And it didn't all go to plan, but I know he gets a little bit of help from this team, and it's obviously paying dividends, isn't it? Because yeah, for a guy who's only, is this his 3rd TT?
Yeah, and he's not had one clean run at it yet, has he? This is the cleanest it's been for him.
Yeah, and he's knocking on the door of the Superbike podium, so fair play.
First time we've seen a fit, you know, in a good place, Nathan Harrison. Other TTs has either been injured or had problems, you know, when his family tragically lost his mum. It was a massive burden to bear for the whole team. But I know Harvey Beltram's kept true to his word and said, we will get you where you know,
where you should be,
where you deserve to be.
And he's supplied the super stock and the super bike, and they've got great tyres and backwards and forwards, and he's running Maxon suspension. Dean ran them last year, so there's lots of background help there as well. So got a mega package, but he had to do it. You know, 131 mile an hour from standing start, and you know, he only clipped a 130 in qualifying. So the guy's just growing in confidence. It's mega.
Might see him on the podium by the end of the week then.
Hey, you never know.
Maybe.
Sidecars.
Good
what
race.
Happened there?
Good race.
Reduced down to 2 laps.
Yep.
It kind of stuck true to format that we'd expect from what we've seen in qualifying. Did you see any other special things going on in there? Special things. I felt like I did, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, look, we'll do the top 3. The Crow boys had another win, so that's their 3rd TT. Brother Ben Birchall and Patrick Rosney, second place, brilliant second place. Their pace has increased again. They got 216.3 mile an hour, so that's brilliant for them as a team. And then we've got first time podium finishes in Lee Crawford,
yeah.
Scott Hardy. Amazing for them, brilliant day. Going back to what you said was something standout, the Crow Brothers, 121 mile an hour lap. New lap record, and quite frankly, obliterated ours.
Sorry, mate.
It's all right. It's all right, I've let it go.
Good job, yeah. I can see.
A few scarecrows dotted around the circuit, but that didn't bother them. Yeah, so hats off to them lads, amazing. As far as the standout crew go, you got to say like Kieran Clark
Mate, he looked
Andrew Johnson.
good on that, didn't he?
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing performance. 114 mile an hour lap in the first year.
And it looked like he was slightly annoyed at Todd Ellis and
Yeah.
Manu Clement, and he wanted to get past them, and he eventually did, didn't he?
Eventually did, yeah. Pretty mad. They followed Todd and Emmanuel all the way from Governor's Dip through Bottom of Bray and all that. Just bang on the back of his bike.
You won't, would you?
I
Just
won't fancy doing that.
No, as a newcomer, going down there on your own is scary enough, I bet.
Confident.
Yeah, that so again bodes well. We saw Lewis Blackstock break down. So again, anything could happen in the second race.
Yeah, that podium, maybe second place, third place spot is open.
Yeah.
You know, the boys finish the races and they'll be fighting at it throughout. So it's a good little race going on.
The outfit of Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy, one engine all the way through. I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah.
Like they've used that engine all the way through, and they're going to use it in the second race as well. Like it just, again, it's testament to their mechanical skills to make sure that that engine doesn't blow. And if that engine stays true to the course and ends the TT with two or three more laps in it, that's amazing, isn't it?
They've opted, there's like a new rule in now. You can run a standard engine or tuned stuff. They've gone for the standard stuff. I suppose it's just proving a point that, you know, that amount of effort and tuning that you put into them little 600cc sidecars, maybe it's sort of outgrowing itself a little bit. So that's what they're trying to push forward. But yeah, testament to the engine and what Japan can produce.
Boothy, let's finish off. Final day of the race.
Final race of the day. Yeah, I mean, it was another masterclass, wasn't it, from Michael Dunlop. Again, he just started off a little bit slower in the Super Sport race this afternoon, and to be honest, I thought it was going to be a Dean Harrison win.
I think we all did.
Dean had a 7 or 8 second lead at one point, I think, and yeah, Michael just decided he was going to start piling some coals on, and yeah, got to the front of the race, and I think the win at the end was it about 10 seconds or something. You know, it was a big old lead. So that we must say that Super Sport bike of his is a very special machine, isn't it? Did you see in the pit stop, Michael's pit stop, they made a change, took some preload off the front, and they talked about it before if he thought that's the way it should go. So he gave him a nod, bit of preload off it. Then after that, from then on, the guy just sunk into the bike. For early laps, it looked a bit nervous, a bit like twitchy, and you know, maybe not the animal for this course, but a tiny little change like that, and probably a bit of a confidence boost, and he settled into the thing then, and he was setting personal best sectors on that last lap, which we didn't think we'd see. You know, he'd done that on that Yamaha, which is all about chassis and all about feeling on the bike. Ducati's a different animal, completely different weapon, different engine, different riding position, different chassis, it's a totally different animal. And in the second half of that race, he grabbed it by the scruff of the neck and just did the Michael Dunlop thing. Absolutely brought it home. Yeah, and on the last lap, he didn't quite break his lap record, but it was on lap record pace.
129?
130.
It was a 130.
Oh, was it 130?
130 mile an hour lap on a Super Sport bike. You know, and it was windy out there. A lot of the lads were complaining. The second half of the lap up on the mountain, a lot of them weren't even been able to get in top gear. You know, that there was that big a headwind. So yeah, to match his kind of, I think he was a second or something off his lap record pace. To match that in them conditions, just goes to show how special that package of Michael Dunlop and that Ducati is. And I think come the second Super Sport race, he has to be a favourite, doesn't he? Especially now he's figured out whatever change they made to the front end of that bike. Yeah,
Michael's package is pretty special.
Stop that.
Let's go and say it. I know you're going to say it.
7 wins on 7 different manufacturers.
Have I thrown in now, Tom?
You're
Go on, have
horrible.
another go. Go.
That's the 7th different manufacturer Michael Dunlop's won on. That's unbelievable.
Can you name them?
30 wins. Let's do it. Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Ducati,
Pattern.
Patton.
Oh. Ducati. Did you say Ducati?
Done Ducati. Yamaha, Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki, BMW, Patton,
Of course, yeah.
Ducati. Sorry.
Yeah, that's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, I'm going to finish off with some stats.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Hillier, 3rd place.
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, don't forget about James. Because I think it's...
Gentleman James.
Going to.
Is it
We know
2018
you
his
don't
last
like
podium
him,
of the
but
TT?
you've got to talk about it.
I love him. Hit me with that stat again, Boothy.
I think it was 2018 since James has been on the podium. And he's a bit of a TT stalwart, and he's been here as long as I can remember. He spent a lot of time on Kawasaki's. The last few years he's kind of meandered onto a few different manufacturers. He's back on a Bournemouth Kawasaki, and he's back on fire, isn't he?
It was amazing.
3rd place on a Supersport race.
By far the biggest. So at the TT, after every race, we go down to the fan park and I interview the riders. And by far the biggest cheer of the day went to James Hillier. Not only that, it's his dad's birthday.
Is it?
So everybody on the fan park was singing happy birthday to his dad. So what a great birthday present to give your dad.
And he's got a 3-legged dog. And we're on the Isle of Man.
Yeah,
3 legs of dog.
Look, listen, these weren't the stats I was going to give, but huge props to James. I was going to mention it. I definitely didn't want to forget it. But 30 years since Ducati have won a TT.
Is it?
30th TT victory for Michael Dunlop.
What did David Todd win Supersport on last year?
David Todd didn't win it, finished second on that Ducati.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yes,
Because Michael
yeah.
won on the RC.
That's right, yep.
You're pissing on my chips here, aren't you, Boothy?
Sorry, mate.
And then Michael said it's the 30th anniversary for the people that he stays with on the island.
Wow.
It's like they're almost like a second family, we're saying, and it's the 30th anniversary, wedding anniversary today.
Wow.
All the 30s. So I think he handed that victory in the Superbike to David Todd so he couldn't get 31 victories today. That's my thinking. Leave a comment down below if you think I'm correct. I'm always correct. Right, boys. Potentially we might see some action tomorrow. We've got another couple of races coming up. The schedule hasn't been finalised yet, so we don't quite know exactly what's going to be happening. Probably a super stock race in the morning. It's all weather dependent though. You might have heard there's a storm coming. There's a yellow weather warning in place on the Isle of Man right now. So these awnings, the gazebos, they're all getting fastened down, and we're all off to keep everything safe.
I'll try to.
Will these high winds blow your wig off?
No, it's stuck down with glue for life. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.